Good evening, guys. Welcome to the program. Today, we are going to see a special topic on how to use the Excel in inventory management condition. I hope many of you are using already Excel, but I have seen more than 80% of the people use the Excel as only a notepad. Possibly, we are putting some tables, some calculation on one end. On the other end, I have seen many people using all entire rows and columns, and they have used multiple sheets and try to link up one sheet to other sheet, or sometimes they also link up one file to other file, but these are too extreme. Not using it effectively in both the situation. uh, Excel is much more than that. Okay, one side, the data, if you have, for example, 5,000 or 10,000 records, it is fine. And if you are using couple of sheets, also it is fine. But if you are linking several pages, formula here and there, then it is going to be very ineffective. If you delete something, then going back and doing a auditing the formula becomes very difficult. On the other hand, Excel also has wonderful tools if you have a limited data, and these tools are also forms the basis for other data analysis tool. For example, if you know macro or solver or such a what if analysis, similar thing can be used in other tools. In fact, most of the analytical application, up to 80%, we can solve it by using Excel if you know each of the tool and the add-on tool which is available in Excel. Our specialty in our supply chain analytics program is we are going to exploit whatever tools available in Excel, so that first you form a basis or a foundation before you move to other tools. So I hope all of you are able to hear me and see the screen. This program is live streamed across various social media apart from LinkedIn, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And if you want to visit our any of the previous sessions, you can subscribe to our YouTube, where you can see all my previous lectures. So let me allow me to attach a screen. Today I am not going to use any PowerPoint. On the other hand, I am trying to use a Excel worksheet. So any of you who are live in the program, are you aware how many columns and rows are there in Excel latest 2019 version or 365 version? Anyone who is watching live, can you type how many rows and columns are there in Excel? Are you are aware? If you are aware, you are welcome to type in the comments. I am watching your LinkedIn comments. So if you can type how many rows and columns are there. Well, of course, you please don't Google up, because I assume all the supply chain professional are already using Excel to some extent. Unfortunately, we are not exploiting Excel. So I am looking for an answer. How many rows and columns are there in Excel? Anyone? Okay, you can type. I have not received any answer so far. I will take you through some of the fantastic tools available in Excel, especially for analytical interest. If you go to the data tab, you will find a lot of interesting tool. For example, the first one is get and transform data. Here, you can import data from wide variety of sources. It can be a text. It can be another Excel file or database file, or even sometimes you can import the data from internet. And the next one, we have something called queries and connection. Third one is sort and filter. Some of this function are also available in the home page, but I'm getting an answer from Anita. It's saying countless. You cannot say like that. You should specify the number of rows and columns available in the Excel. And there is one important area in the tab is the data tool, where you can do text to column, flash fill, remove duplicates, data validation, consolidate, manage data model. And today, what we are going to see is one more standard tool, what if analysis. If you see in the in your data tab, you will see what if analysis, and there is a pull down menu. If you pull down that, you have three options. One is scenario manager, goal seek, and another one is a data table. In fact, we will slightly peep into what is this data table, how it can be used in inventory management, a sample case study. In fact, we discuss about this tool in detail in our program. There is also one called forecast sheet. A simple linear regression forecasting tool is available. Apart from, there is something called outline. But most importantly, for data analysis, there are some tools which you have to add. When you add this data analysis and solver tool, you will get this tab. These are not the standard in Excel. You have to add the tool. So let us see the what if analysis. Especially, we are going to see data table in today's session. So let me open an application file. I hope many of you know how to calculate the safety stock. Anyone has an idea how to calculate in safety stock? What are the factors influencing the safety stock? Of course, here in this session, I don't want to go in detail into how do you calculate safety stock, but I hope if you are in the supply chain domain, you should be always knowing how to calculate a safety stock technically and professionally, scientifically. I am not asking for some rough figures here and there. Okay. Can anyone say what are the factors in which the safety stock depends, or safety stock is influenced by what are the factors? Can anyone say? What is the formula for calculating the safety stock? You can type in the LinkedIn comments. Yeah, I hope if you are a supply chain professional, you should be knowing this, irrespective of whatever subdomain you are there, whether you may be purchasing, logistic, or core planning, you should be knowing this basic thing, how to calculate the safety stock. Can anyone please type in the comments, LinkedIn comments? Demand, lead time, and the caseful excellent. Pranav, Barway, CPAM, so I can see the designation adds value to it. So this is fine. Let me put the formula here. This is the formula. For example, sigma C is the units of safety stock needed to satisfy 68% of all probable observation. We can take this as one sigma, and then you need the replenishment time or lead time, then standard deviation of the same lead time or replenishment time, then you need the mean of demand and standard deviation of demand. If you have these four characters, then you can apply the safety standard formula. Also, we have this formula will give you for a service level of 68%. If you need a higher service level, then we have to use something called safety factor. These are statistical table. You can Google up. You will get this safety stock formula as well as safety factor table, and these two are required to calculate the safety stock. Okay, in this table, I have got some data, but normally you need so many months data. You cannot find the mean or standard deviation by using one, two data. maybe over a period of 12 months you may have to develop. So and each of the safety stock has to be calculated part number wise. Okay, you cannot put everything in one group. So I have taken some sample. This is one small portion of our main program where I have a data for a particular SKU over last 12 months. So there I am able to calculate the average demand and what is the safety sigma of the demand, that is the variation in the demand. Same way I also have a replenishment time or lead time. These are mean lead time, and I also have the sigma of the lead time. So the formula used to calculate the safety stock is available here. I am substituting same formula here. Okay, square root of lead time into sigma of demand square plus mean demand square into sigma of replenishment square. Okay, with the for the given data, if I substitute the value, you can get 79 units are required for 68% service level. Okay, suppose if you want a higher service level, you may have to use this safety factor table. And for example, if you want 95% service level, then the safety factor is 1.65, which you have to multiply to the whatever value you are getting. Suppose 79 is there. If you want a 95% service level, you have to multiply by 1.65. Okay. Now what happens? It's a, simple scenario, but I want to see this replenishment. Now I have assumed the mean replenishment is 10, but what happens, I want to see different values. Assume it is going to change from 5 to 16. What will be the safety stock required? So here I am trying to simulate. Generally what we will do, you are going to substitute this value each time and find the safety stock, but by using the data tool you can do it one time. So that's what I am going to do. So here the mean replenishment time, instead of 10, I want to substitute different values and find out what will be the different safety stock involved. Okay, so I have substituted formula here in the top of the table. Now what I am going to do is I am going to cover all this and go to data table and get the data table. Now you know you will get a display for the data table whether you want to put row input cell or column input cell. This is either called single way table or two way data table. Now I am changing only one parameter, so it's a single parameter. So it's a replenishment I am talking, so it's a column input thing. So I am taking only the column input cell and saying okay. So by click of button, you are seeing what is the safety stock required when I change the average lead time to different figures. These different figures can be thousand numbers, but by clicking one single button, you are going to get the safety stock. Okay, this is called one-way data table. Suppose if you want to vary two parameters instead of only the lead time, you want to also vary the average demand, then you can use the two-way table. For example, here average demand, what I have used in the original table is 10. Okay, no, not 10, just a moment. You can see the sigma or the demand, I have taken 36 in the original problem, but I want this mean demand to be changed from 5 to 50 and see how the safety stock is going to change. So here in the safety stock formula I am trying to vary two parameters. Okay, one is I am going to vary the average demand, Another one is I am going to vary the lead time and see under this condition what will be the safety stock, how it is going to vary. So here I am going to use a two-way data table. So I am covering this margin, and I am going to use something called data table, and you will get the similar table here. So row I am trying to vary the demand. So row input cell I am going to take it to this particular cell, and the column input cell I am going to take it to the lead time, which we have used in the single way table. So if I say OK, you can see I'm going to get a safety stock number for 68% service level by varying either lead time or the demand. You will see the different quantities of safety stock required. We call this as a simulation tool. Okay, what if analysis? If my demand changes by a big margin, I want to have a ready figure. If my lead time is changing, what will be my safety stock? Of course, you can change anything. Even you can take service level and factor it and change and see what are the various safety stock number required. Here we are talking about the quantity. Of course, this can be anything. You can even talk about amount, and any of the parameters you can substitute and find. These are all the various important simulation tools. Suppose you want to go for varying more than two tools, then you need to use something called scenario manager. Okay, data table can be used only up to two parameters. You can vary the two parameters, then it becomes two-way table. If you have want to see the simulation more than two parameters, then you have to use scenario manager. Okay, that we are not going to do here, but I just wanted to give an idea for people who are in supply chain. You can become smart even by using or exploiting the tools available in Excel. Same way, there are a lot of things available as a standard as well as optional tool. In our program in supply chain analytics, we do different simulations and also do some optimization projects by using solver. Okay, you can see I have worked out similar thing by for a EOQ when there are different parameters is changing. How to what will be the EOQ number? I hope many of you may know EOQ is economic order quantity. Like this, you can simulate many of the condition either in inventory or logistic or procurement, and arrive at a solution at one single touch point. Okay, by if you are familiar with Visual Basic, you can do it by a touch of button. All the simulation can be possible. Is there anyone watching live? Any doubts or clarification before I close this program? Is anyone of you using this data table or what if analysis for any of your analysis? Pranav Borbe, are you use this data table for any analysis, especially for scenario managing? If you have alternate where you want to see a particular item, if you change two or three items, how it behaves. Any one of you used this tool? You are always welcome to connect to me. You can comment either you are watching live or offline. You can comment so that you can reach to me or our executive. This is one small portion of our very popular program called Supply Chain Analytics, where we have people across the world. The in mostly academics they don't combine analytics with supply chain topics, but they may combine finance, health, all that. But we are trying to introduce analytics to supply chain. Okay, maybe some of you, if you are APIX certified, APIX doesn't deal with any numbers. Everywhere it's a theoretical one, but still we need that because it is recognized. but in the practical point of view it will not support much. This is where analytical thing can come into play. So is there any questions, anyone who are watching live? Was this program useful to you? If there are no doubts and clarification, I am going to close it. You are always welcome to reach out to me. Thanks for watching. Have a nice evening.